When I get the hankering for a hot dog, I go to Cleveland, Texas. Just a couple blocks off the square, they got Loafing Dog. They got the Neely Dog, the Mary Sunshine Dog, the Casey Dog, and the Shirley Dog. Why, they even got the Pacer Dog, the Brooklyn Dog, and the Jim Dog. Can't forget the Shane Dog, or the Joy Dog, and the Monty Dog. I like that fool. The Nakia Dog and the Braxton Dog round things off. Why, they even got a kids menu too.
Loafing Dog, 208 East Chambers Street, Cleveland, Texas. Lunch, catering, or takeout, plus outdoor seating. Phone numbers 817-556-1040.
This is Wilford Brimley. And don't forget, Loafing Dog won't give you diabetes.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395.
You're listening to JoCo Community Radio.
Woo! Texas pride.
Why you pet yourself?
Because I saw myself in the mirror. I mean, in the camera, and I'm like, whoa, that hair looks really crazy. I look like a lion. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to JoCo Vibes. It is Wednesday. It's Wellness Wednesday, and we have James G with us. Hello.
Which makes no sense if it's Wellness Wednesday.
Well,
why I'm here.
The title is Wellness Wednesday. Laughter is still the best medicine.
Oh, okay.
There you go,
That makes
James.
sense. So
that is how you became the Wellness Wednesday.
No one told me I had to disrobe. So you have a sign in your bathroom and it says, guys stand closer, it's shorter than you think.
Yes.
I guarantee you I'm very aware of how short it is.
Not everybody does. Not all men.
That's fun. That's one thing that's really frustrating is to have a very small penis without getting the muscles of steroids. It's not fair. I mean, I should at least. Oh, okay, anyway. And here I am.
Well, yeah.
What else was expected? Anyway, it's been 3 minutes in. We've already talked about small penises
And we've
and
already
steroids.
lost half of our listeners.
Okay, we went from 2 to 1.
That's right.
Well, I shared it.
That is so funny.
See if anyone.
Yeah. So, yeah, my daughter and I have our annual today too. So, and don't when I say it that way.
I heard annual. I didn't hear anything else.
Well, you know, the yearly wonderful doctor. So we're doing our wellness today. Not excited.
Why not? Why not? I can't imagine why.
Nothing us women look forward to.
I'm getting close to that. Happy birthday, bend over.
Yeah.
So I'll be 46 this month. And I've realized something is that you can only be young once, but you can be immature forever.
Yes, that's right.
So that's the route I have
We
taken.
can just stay immature forever.
Yeah, it's just, I one time I was driving Cass to school and she said, it's like you remind me of another 14-year-old and I couldn't be more proud. Thanks, honey.
At least she's proud.
Yeah, it's just so I've lived through the other
Not
and
embarrassed.
I'm just done. I'm done caring, That's why I have a show called Unsupervised.
That's
just
right.
because it's like, who knows what we're going to talk about? It could be very deep. We could be talking about suicide prevention, or we could be joking and laughing or talking about. And I just need an hour to be unsupervised where I can say whatever I want, which is not entirely true. I do filter quite a bit because I would get shot in the parking lot if I said everything I wanted to say.
It's good therapy too, I bet.
It is. Yeah, I've learned that and shooting. It's good therapy. I just bought my first official handgun.
Yeah.
So
He
learning
doesn't just
handgun.
shoot randomly people. So let's
No,
get that
at
straight.
targets. But the beauty of shooting
Oh,
is
by the way,
silhouette
I
target.
have the target still on my back.
The beauty of shooting a silhouette target is you can imagine it's anybody.
Yes, exactly.
And no one knows because it's
That's
in the back of your head.
exactly. It's still in your head.
And it doesn't even have to be a person. Like it could just be a picture. You could just be the IRS letters or something. You know.
Yeah.
And you just, so it's
Ooh,
yeah. So it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
So government
People.
IRS.
People often ask, like, you rarely
Oh
ever
my
do
God.
any political jokes. And I said, I think it's funny enough by itself.
Oh yeah.
So I don't even talk about it because there's more.
Let's just say, yeah.
There's just more important things I would like to laugh about.
It does its own self really
Yeah,
well.
It's really, I mean, it's hard to write comedy like that. Just let them do it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So what you been up to?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Well, I mean,
I don't really see you as much as I used to when I come up here, but
I was working claims for Ida, hurricane claims. So I was very
right.
busy.
Yeah.
12-hour days, 7 days a week.
I didn't think about that. That sounds like Carla's schedule.
Yeah. But now I'm not working those anymore. So
yeah. So now I don't know what I'm doing.
So now I'm just,
Feast
trying
or
to
famine.
kill my time. And
it's feast or famine. That's my life. That's the music industry. It's just a survival industry.
Yeah.
And people ask me that all the time. It's just like, well, and I've had several people just like, well, when is it time to quit? I'm going, I'm almost there now. Like it, you know what I mean? Where I'm almost there, where it's like I'm at a level where I could actually get a career. And it's like I'm only 46. I mean, it's like it's not like football, that you age out at 30, and so. But a lot of people have said that, and I'm going, I'm not going to.
And most of us now work really later than the 65 thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even after my grandmother retired, which was way past 65. She still was like, what can I do? And at that time I was still working for the school district. So she started laminating for the ladies, the teachers.
Most people have to have.
Yeah. I mean, she just wanted something to do. And then when I quit, they were like, is she staying with us, Nona?
Yeah. Right.
I'm like, yes, she'll stay until she can't do it anymore. And she did.
Well, the people who don't want to work after retirement are the ones who are not working now.
Right.
I mean, it's just because because I've told a million people, it's like, if you don't have a job right now, it's because you don't want one. Right.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, so many places are, and people's like, well, I'd have to do this or this. It's like, I've done all those.
So what?
And that's the other reason is why music got on quit. And it's like, I've already sacrificed anything else and have worked several jobs that were a means to an end. And I know I can do it. It's like, I'm not going to.
Right.
I'm not going to quit laughing. I'm not going to quit doing the music. I'm not going to quit being ridiculous. I'm just not. And fortunately, I'm in a household that doesn't push back on that anymore.
That's good.
And it's funny because a lot of people they'll ask Carla, it's like, do you listen to his shows or do you go? And she's like, he's like that all the time.
Right. I know. That's Jesse telling a joke. Someone will say, you don't think that's funny? I'm like, I've heard it like 50 times, people.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just,
I'm the one who's like saying it in the background behind y'all.
And I remember in my first marriage, it was always just like, it's just like you're always on stage. My mom was like,
that's okay.
That's just me.
But that's
it's not well, to me, whenever I hear if you're on stage, that means it's an act.
Right.
And
I don't see it that way. I just see that you're just love being yourself and you're just there. But I guess you're right. I see how that could be considered.
Well, most people feel exactly like you just said, but I think certain areas of people who, whatever insecurities they might have, but I'm like, no, it's just I've gotten a long ride to get here because of, so much I think about in the depression and everything that I've gone through, where it's just like, I finally got to that point where I dig it. I dig me, and I'm just going to be me. It took me 40 years to get there. So if you don't understand, it's like, it hadn't always been like this. I mean, I spent so much time worrying about what other people thought and what did they think of me? Do they think I'm successful? Do they think I'm talented?
You gotta quit worrying
blah,
about
blah,
them.
blah. And now I'm just like, I learned that real quick of the difference between what confidence really means is because as growing up, confidence is, walk to a room and act like you own the place. And that's confidence. That's not confidence, though. Confidence is walking there and not giving a shit what anyone thinks.
Right.
That's
right.
It's just, but it took me a long time to figure that out.
If you like me, and that I have to say, I have to give kudo credits to my mom if she's listening, because that is one thing. Like when I was younger, believe it or not, I was kind of settled and shy, and then when you got to know me, I wouldn't shut up.
Right,
now I don't. I'm always talking.
Right. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
But I do, as I've gotten older, I've thought about some of the things that she has said. And if you don't like me because of who I am,
That's fine.
then that's fine.
It's
We don't
fine.
have to be friends.
No, we don't have to be
I
friends.
mean,
There's a lot of other people.
I got a lot of other people that would love to be my
Yeah,
friend, and I would love to have them in my life.
I just don't. I mean, I can't please everybody. I'm not a taco.
Right.
You know?
Right. 100%.
not
And
chocolate.
so, if you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I'm fun.
Sure.
Sometimes I'm not, but
Yeah.
most of the time I am.
Most of the time, I know I'm ridiculous. I'm a lot to handle.
Right.
And I'm okay.
It's okay.
If you don't want to, that's fine.
That's right.
I don't blame you. I don't even
Right.
dislike you for that.
I know. Yeah. So,
Here's the funny thing, though, is that we were talking about this actually on the Monday show with, because I got a great crew now with Mike Beardsley and Philip Law and me. We have a really good time. But we're talking a lot about one of my biggest dreams is to do amateur stand-up comedy and possibly do stand-up.
And I think you would do great at it.
It's the one thing I shy from. And it's really, really weird because people are like, I don't understand. Like, you've played gigs in front of thousands of people. Well, I was like, I had an instrument to hide behind. I had songs to hide behind. With stand-up, it's you and a microphone, make people laugh. And it's incredibly intimidating. And I think that's why
it's funny because you do it naturally.
I do, but
I can see,
but it's
psychologically,
I'm feeding off people. It's much, and like now,
and if they're just standing there looking at you, and you
it's make me laugh. Come on, Chuckles. Say some funny shit. I mean, that's what it is.
That's not funny.
Because a lot of people in stand-up comedy crowds are there to, I'm not going to laugh no matter what he does. I mean, there's a lot of people with that kind of mentality,
Why? Because I go because I want to laugh.
I don't know. Same reason they got trucks that are 12 feet off the ground. I don't know. Something, but I mean, I do. I'm constantly writing material and I'm working on it. And the thing is with amateur stand-up, it's usually like you get a 5-minute set.
Yeah.
And in my back of my head, I'm going, I know I can get up there and kill for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But I haven't pulled the trigger and done it yet. And it's really, really bizarre that I haven't. But and we were talking about that. Like, I can't. It's like, it's just the one thing I
really
haven't.
think you'd be natural at it.
Yeah.
Even if you closed your eyes.
Right.
Just close your eyes and act like
you're
just talking to us. Normal.
Well, I always thought it'd be cool. It's like, if you're ever nervous, people said, just
act like they're naked.
Picture everybody naked. I said, but if I did that, I would not be telling jokes. I would be probably arrested for fondling. And so that's why I don't do that.
Fondling in public?
Yeah.
Finish the end of that.
Because he was probably afraid to go where to go with that. It was
either
going to be fondling himself
unsupervised.
or fondling somebody.
Well, that's one thing. It's just like comedian James G was arrested for public masturbation because he was picturing the audience naked. Probably not a good way to go.
That's what I figured you were probably gonna say. Yeah.
And then I always thought how funny it would be to come out and just start throwing $1 bills.
Oh, that's you, right?
You just start throwing $1 bills in the audience. It's like, well, if people say you're ever nervous, imagine the audience naked. So here's your dollar bills.
I want to be paid.
You'd want to be paid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd give you more than $1.
I mean, seriously.
I might give you $2.
He'll give you a authentic $2 bill.
I'll take that $2.
I will take it too. Josh Blue.
$2 adds up, man.
Josh Blue is one of my favorite comedians. He's a comedian with cerebral palsy. He's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, he's hilarious.
He's so funny, but he's so loving and down to earth. He's up. There's a part where he says, "I'm not going to continue till I get some change." And he just stands there.
And he waits.
And then finally some quarters me like, okay, there we go. It's just brilliant. I mean, he's killing time with silence and it's funny.
Right.
I'm like, why didn't I?
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that takes, he appropriately, I don't know, like trying to figure out where I'm going to say this. He appropriately approaches not being PC.
Oh, yeah,
politically correct.
Yeah.
And
because he's so against that whole thing. We're
right.
We
want
to laugh and be made fun of just like everybody else.
Well, he's like he says, he goes, look, I think one of the very first stand-ups I watched him do, and maybe it was, he started out from doing that stand-up comedy. Yeah. And did he win? I can't remember if he won or who won that one.
I don't know if Josh Blue won. I think he was second. But he may have won.
But anyway.
Usually the second's usually the best.
Yeah, seriously.
You okay?
You're right there.
Damn.
They got a voice change.
Yes. Something
She's got a frog formerly known as Prince in her throat.
But that was the first things he got up there and talked about. He goes, look, I know it's funny to watch me walk.
Right. Yeah.
He goes, I get it. It's not like I haven't seen myself in the mirror.
Yeah,
he
always thought it's like it's for people in the audience. I do have cerebral palsy. He goes, I figured out if I don't say that at the beginning, by the middle of the show, people are like, does he know?
Is this part of his act, or is this something real? Is this like
in New York? I tried to hail a cab and I caught a pigeon. That's one of the lines. That's one of the lines that
is
made
one
me
of the best
cry
ones.
for like 6
That's
minutes.
so
I think so
funny.
too.
And then he just did AGT, America's Got Talent, and I was like, how in the heck did he do that? Apparently, whatever contracts he has.
Oh, just now he did it?
This last year.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't watch the show, but
Well,
I
maybe
follow
'cause he
everything
got-
Josh
If
Blue.
he got second, then he may not be in any kind of contract.
Well, they usually have a year, and I think, but
how
it's
long's it been since
gosh,
Last Man?
Oh my
Last
gosh.
Comic Standing.
We're
There's
talking
only
like
like
comics to me. As
like
far as
4 seasons. I mean, there wasn't that many, 4 or 5 seasons at most.
Yeah.
But I think the year he was on, that first year was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. We'll have to look it up.
But he came out that first one, and it was weird to me because I'm like, how did the panel not know who he is? But I guess he's more of a cult, what we would call a cult comic. Where, he's huge to us because we watch comics, but maybe not. He's not a household name, even though he has 3 Netflix specials.
So,
I don't know. I think he's
when he
I
came
thought
on,
he was, but he
went on to America's Got Talent
as a contestant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was just this last year though. But he came out the very first one,
He's
and he
still
was
trying to rise.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that. But the other part is that's the biggest audience. Why wouldn't he?
Right.
Because he's going to kill it. Because now he's seasoned.
Right.
And so and some people are saying, well, he's a professional comic, he shouldn't be able to do that. I'm going, he shouldn't be able to compete because he's good,
right?
He's still trying
Cass
to get
Haley
out there.
was a professional musician for years before he went out for AGT because he grew up in Paris, Texas.
He's still trying. And
it was just like, I know, but yeah, okay.
It doesn't say that on. I mean, gosh, people.
But he came out that first, and he's just like, I just think we need a whole lot more laughter. Because of how the last couple of years have been. And
that's so true.
So he came, and that was like, and I was like, that's Josh Blue.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's the truth. I mean, it's the truth.
It's true.
Yeah. We need some serious laughter.
But I was like, I guarantee you, I know every line of his performance today, and I did. I've realized then that I'm a loser.
No, everybody has those favorite lines. We were just talking about something. I was at brunch with my friend Shelly and April yesterday morning, and before my boobies got squished.
I don't want to know about what you and your husband are doing.
That's not my husband.
I know. I'm just kidding.
I'll tell you about that here in a minute.
I'm just living vicariously.
That was a machine.
Anyway,
my husband's a machine. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe he was this morning, so I'm happy.
If he had woken up, maybe he would be. That's not why she's late. Unless it literally happens every morning. Most mornings.
Well,
man.
I plead the 5th. It is a morning show, right?
I plead the 69th.
Well,
yeah.
We've already talked about penises. Sorry.
Yeah.
Peni.
Peni.
Is that the plural?
Well, I was talking about how your sign in the bathroom says, it's shorter than you think, and I guarantee you, I'm very aware how short it is.
And you've talked about that before.
Yeah. Because I don't get the benefits of steroids.
Carla.
I said, but most men do not believe. Don't think that.
I'm a grower, not a shower.
That's what they all say, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're all liars.
True.
That's why women are so bad at measurements. They've been told that this is 9 inches their whole life.
Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know what's wrong with people. But whatever. So what I was going to say is that we were talking about this yesterday morning at brunch. That I repeated a very funny part of something that I can't get out of my head.
Yep.
And so then they went on. Shelly went on to repeat a whole nother part of it. and so it was it's amazing that when you think about the things. I mean, I've got other movies that I can just recite them. I mean, Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, I've got
how many lines.
Hundreds of that, hundreds of comedy shows that I could probably actually literally go up and do their routine.
Pretty Bird. That's one of my favorites.
Harry, I took care of it.
Harry, your hands are freezing. Take one of my hairs. I've got 3 pairs of gloves on. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, we're in the Rockies.
Yeah.
But I also found out that I have to catch myself because people constantly are quoting movies, but they're not quoting it correctly.
Oh my God, that would be me.
I literally bite my lip all the time and go, that's not the quote. But I'm like, that's great. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to be that guy, but I'm totally that guy.
Well,
yeah.
Are they singing songs wrong?
No, that's fine.
Sings what?
Sing songs wrong.
I change
that's
lyrics
some of
just
the
so the
best.
crowd's not paying attention. We do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
the crowd's just
I'm
not
just
paying
gonna
attention
go.
to us and they don't care.
Yeah.
We'll see if they're paying attention. So,
Mhm.
and Garrett's really funny about it. He pulls some lines that I'm just like, you're a jackass right in the middle of performances. Because it's hard, you really, because he's harmonizing. So I'm really the only one who gets that he just said that.
Uh-huh.
And so we're thinking, it's like, I really need to do a video of these one little lines that we constantly change and just
You
do it as a
should.
collaboration, because people are like,
Oh
you
my
really
gosh.
sound like. Now it's funny because like his wife Mary will go to quite a few shows and she knows that
Uh-huh.
and she'll be laughing. Everyone else is like, what's her deal?
She's expecting it.
She's expecting. She knows, yeah, because
She knows
Garrett's
it's
ridiculous
coming.
like I am. Yeah.
She knows it's
Now I
coming.
wonder
yeah,
if they
she just
did
doesn't
that
know
with
where.
us when
Yeah.
we went and listened to them.
We probably did. No,
I don't think you did.
If
I
the
don't.
crowd is engaged, then we probably don't.
Yeah, the
I
crowd
mean,
was engaged. That was
yeah.
at a.
Most of the time they are with us, quite honestly. But every once in a while we'll
Yeah.
play something where it's like they're not even okay. We're changing some lyrics.
It's probably the
You
song.
look your best when you take off your bra.
Yeah.
And they'll just
Seriously?
like, wow.
I didn't know those were the lyrics to that
Absolutely
song.
not. I've been singing it wrong all this time. Like they're not even listening.
That's
Looking
funny.
for a lover who won't blow my brother.
Yeah, I would seriously.
Just right over their head. And I'm like, damn, they're not listening at all.
Wow, I hear. Do you ever, when you put your earbuds in and you're not getting the sound from both sides, do you ever realize how deaf you are in one ear?
Yeah.
What?
Exactly. I had to swap. I had to swap because I couldn't hear out of my left ear.
You swap.
I did. Speaking of swapping,
Oh, gross.
it's National Housewife and Homemaker Day.
Oh,
Oh.
wife swap.
Like,
Stay
okay.
with us. Stay
I
with
was
us over
like-
there. Stay with the rest of the group.
So cheers.
Sometimes
all
I
of
just
you.
can't.
Cheers to all of you housewives and homemakers.
I
And
am
you
kind
are.
of the housewife.
You are because
I'm
you're
the
the,
house
you're the
husband.
cook. You do all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't make any money.
You enjoy it.
I work all the time. I don't make any money. I haven't figured that out yet.
It's
Me
also
too.
it's also Japanese Culture Day.
Oh, those go hand in hand.
They do, as well as National Sandwich Day and
Does that mean I have a Monte
National
Cristo today?
National Stress Awareness Day, which we actually could talk about that because
Because I'm on
always-
2 blood pressure medications.
I'm always stressed.
gosh.
Me too.
Two? You're both on 2 different. You are not. You're on one.
No, I'm on 2.
I'm on one, but then water pills. So
Yeah, but that's not.
no, they actually have it.
helps.
For
It
the-
helps.
Can't you just
Mhm.
drink a water pill?
You would hope
I got nothing.
that you could. They're so small, it doesn't matter.
I
know.
bought some evaporated
I took-
water, but
And
I didn't
then
know
one
what to add.
day they work really, really well, and the next day you're like, these things work at all.
Oh,
Did
I
you know
think it's-
water is the key ingredient to ice cubes?
I think it's the. I think it's if your body needs it. That's really good.
I don't even have to look at a recipe anymore. Like
No.
I got it now.
It's pretty easy.
That's good.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Can you teach me?
No,
National
my secrets.
National Stress Awareness Day. In case you're not aware of all the days that you are stressing out,
I'm
it's-
awake. I'm stressing out.
It's every first Wednesday in November.
Oh,
It's 24 hours of reinforcing the fact that you're not doing yourself a favor by stressing about situations you can't control.
So don't stress over being stressed.
In fact, according to
That's
science,
exactly what it just said.
chronic stress leads to impaired cognitive and physiological functions.
And impotence.
Well, that may be
Seriously.
No, I'm saying that
it
that
does.
physiological
Not that I'm in, because I'm not.
physiological functions. Would you want to age before your time? Absolutely not, James. On this day, let's learn together to hone our ability to choose one thought over another and let the stress ebb away.
See, that sounds stressful to me to do that.
It's meditation. I mean, seriously, meditation really does help.
I know, but that's not as funny.
And some deep breathing. Deep breathing can be funny.
I actually, you know what EFT is?
Yes.
Tapping. I do
Yeah.
a lot of EFT.
Yeah. Do you do the forehead tapping?
I do. Yeah,
Mhm.
I've got there and all the pressure points, and
It's good
works
for you.
wonders.
It does.
People
It's
are like, you're crazy. I'm like, I thought it too when I was in the hospital and I was
Yeah.
learning to do tapping
Mhm.
EFT, but it's
a multitude of counselors
I do it a
use
lot.
EFT.
because
And
they're pressure points.
yes,
Mhm.
tapping
And it
is
makes you focus on them.
Yeah. and it's it just takes you
You're not supposed to do your penis and balls, but I do anyway.
um
You're welcome. I
Thank
just
you.
try to get you off your guard because you haven't had enough coffee
I have
yet.
I seriously have
He
a
was just trying to make sure you were
slight
listening.
visual
It is a slight visual.
because
See,
yeah, not
I don't have
something-
many goals in life. One of my goals is to be able to have sex with a gummy lifesaver and stretch it.
Yes,
I've heard that before
I know.
from you, and I still think it's funny.
Because
I
it's
have too.
true.
I have too. So
like the
I'd
damn
like to know
dirty joke.
what sandwich are you going to eat today for National Sandwich Day? Are you going to eat a sandwich?
Probably. I mean, a lot of sandwiches and salads these days.
I'm really bummed because
know.
yesterday I was going to have the Stone Soup Southwest corn chowder,
Mhm.
and then I had to do early brunch because I had to have my boobs squished. And can I just tell you something? So I totally goobed. We were at.
I want that job. Next.
I hate I missed yesterday morning.
Next.
It was kind of a very last minute thing.
I want that job. That's great.
I had to run to Cleburne, and then she had texted me, "Hey, do you want to meet us at the brunch house?" And I needed to notarize something, and for my friend, and then forgot my notary stuff anyway. So that was good. And then I got in the car, and I was headed to Fort Worth to the women's breast center that I went to last year to get my mammogram. And I was like, I'm gonna pull up that text reminder from them really quick.
Oh.
And just double check the address so I can make sure it was on the side of the building where I was pretty sure I knew where I was going. And I was supposed to be at the Burleson Breast Center.
Oh, yep, I've done that. I've been there too.
I only made it. I only made
them.
it to the Burleson Police Department and turned back around, and I literally was right there. So I was kind of bummed about that. However, they're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are getting a mammogram, I will tell you the location. The women that are all in that area where you go to get your boobs squished. They were fantastic.
Yes, they are.
And so a good funny thing. So like you go in, and usually, so the one last year was a little more uptight for me. They were really uptight. They wouldn't let me wear my mask. I had to change out to one of theirs. I had to take all my jewelry off. And so when I went to go into this one, she's like, "Okay, so there's your room, there's your locker." I was like, "Okay, so you need me to take all my jewelry?" She goes, "Nope, I don't need you to take any of your jewelry off. In fact, if your earrings get in the way, we'll just lift them up and get them out of the way." I was like, "Okay." So, and then she'd already told me what I needed to do. Just take your bra off and put the cape on, shirt and bra off, cape on. And I don't know what I was thinking, but I just go, "All right, so just everything off from waist down, right?" And she looked at me, and I wasn't telling a joke.
Are they hanging that low?
I was like, seriously. I was like, what the hell is going on in my brain right now that I just said that?
That'll be me today.
Just picturing knee shooters. That's what I'm picturing.
Everything from the waist down.
Yeah. So I looked at her, and I was like, I don't know why I just said that. I know what I have to do. I'll be out in just a minute. And so I come out with my cape on, and I come around the corner.
And it really is kind of a cape because
it literally is. Well, that's how much I really
Love
wasn't
it.
paying attention, because you're supposed to snap it, and I just flung it over and held it there. And so I come around the corner, and I'm headed to the room. I was like, "Okay, I'm coming in. Everything's off waist down." And she was just fun. Like, she was cool.
Yes.
I'll tell you more about my boob squishing when we get back from
squishing.
This quick break. Get up. James, get your hands off my boobs.
I'm nowhere close.
Abnormal realities.
No, Ron,
Yes.
I love you, brother.
Okay, this is not going to be good.
So I just want to say that for the record.
Oh.
So let's talk about your experience on Saturday, because two reasons. It's very important for people to do this. And
What,
that is
talk about it?
No, getting a camera shoved up your butthole.
Yeah.
How was the butt sex with camera?
I don't remember it at all, actually. But I don't remember the camera searching for Uranus, my anus. Hey, dude, I always, when you go in for these types of procedures, they put you to sleep, right?
I mean, you got a camera shoved up your butthole and you don't even remember it.
No,
that is a really good deep sleep.
And quite honestly, the weird part is you don't even know you've been violated. It doesn't feel like you've been violated. Oh, they blow air straight up in your butt. You got to release that somehow. So I got that out of the way as soon as I woke up.
Abnormal realities.
I got questions, Ron.
With Ron and Rocky.
I got it done.
You got it done.
Weekdays, 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. on JoCo Community Radio.
Out-of-date carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleburne, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleburne, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered. When you're hungry for tender brisket or some delicious homemade cobbler, then look no further than Leech Brothers Barbecue, located at 1106 East Henderson, Cleveland, Texas. Leech Brothers has been family-owned and operated since 1950. Take it from me, Taco Joe Orwinski. Todd and his family have been filling my belly breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a long time. Heck, I even have my own booth, open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come see them for dine-in, carry-out, and all your catering needs.
The voice of Johnson County, JoCo Community Radio.
We have to change the song. Does not vibe for the morning. Welcome back to the second half of JoCo Vibes here on JoCo Community Radio. JoCo Community Radio is the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and live 365 on the TuneIn Radio Network.
Nice. Scary, but nice.
Man, you guys are so distracting. I'm just trying to read the commercial, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry.
We don't care.
It's okay. I know you don't.
My bad, teacher. My bad, teacher.
JoCo Community Radio is live 365 on the TuneIn Radio Network. To listen, go to tuneinjoco.com and download the free app. All of our shows can also be found on any one of your favorite podcast platforms such as Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, and Spreaker. Check out our lineup on JoCoCommunityRadio.com, being updated as we speak. Sort of trying to get there. Thanks for tuning in. This episode and more brought to you by Next Level Claims, making your insurance work for you. Because on days like this, when you've got water pouring through your roof, you're going to need a claim, and they're not going to want to pay you the full amount. That's just the way they are. So you got to get someone ready to advocate for you with your insurance company to get paid the full amount of that claim. Go to facebook.com/Next Level Claims to get someone in your corner before the next storm hits. Reach out to Nona.
Yes, please.
Nona. I didn't even get any of that.
Get what?
You didn't even do any of the Nona.
Yeah.
I'm out of practice.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to be here anymore.
Good morning,
I'm
Teresa.
just sitting there playing with my little circle.
Teresa just said, ha ha ha, waist down, superhero cape, pure sexiness. Straight up. I literally had a visual of what I said to her, like as I said it. If you're just coming in from the first half, we were talking about my mammogram yesterday and how I stupidly said to the lady after she told me what to do, and I was completely apparently not paying attention. I'm sorry. I said, okay, all right, everything waist down, got it. And she goes, and then I looked at her and I went, I mean, I know what I'm supposed to do here. I got this. And so when I came out dressed with the cape on, not snapped because I still wasn't really paying attention. And there was just no one else back there. It was just me and her. So it doesn't matter, you know. I'm just like, I'm out.
Oh, wait, I've seen this
She
movie.
was fondling my breasts.
She was.
Not fondling
When's
them.
the pizza guy show up?
That would sound terrible.
Here's your big sausage pizza, ma'am.
But I did when I came around the corner to go into the mammogram room. I was like, all right, coming in with just the cape. Everything's off waist down. And she laughed. Like she appreciated the laughter.
I really do like that. That area, and those women are great.
People
and
need to have
last
more
time I
fun
was
like
there,
that.
there was actually a guy receptionist.
But
he was very pleasant and didn't make me feel uncomfortable.
Why would you?
I just want women.
I should
some
totally
women
be
feel
the
that way
receptionist.
though. But I mean,
I'm going to tell you,
you should be.
There's nothing uncomfortable about this unless you're an extremely shy person and you don't like people touching your boobs. I don't mind people touching my boobs. So
I've heard that.
I'm just going to go with.
Okay, black out the camera for a second.
Hold on.
Tune in Tokyo.
How hard does Todd hit?
Tune in Tokyo.
Wait, you should be.
I do love a good game of Tune in Tokyo.
You should worry about me.
True.
Oh no, because you and your husband's conversation was next.
Right. Okay.
No,
so
I shouldn't be the receptionist for that place. That would be her.
Last month was look. It's not like you go through the doors. Everybody's walking around topless. Like hi, and everybody's got a drink and they're waiting for their mammogram
Make the
in
guys
line.
believe that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
pour
what
some sugar
that's what's
on these
happening.
playing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And everyone's drinking Manhattans.
Get the
In
water.
slow motion, by the way. It's all in slow motion.
Why are there poles in here?
And you actually, you breeze by, this happens a lot. You're like when you're scooting through a bar and you're excuse me, and your boobs hit across someone's back.
That's why
you're like,
men go to
"Sorry."
bars just for those moments.
Exactly.
Well, I was thinking more like some of the women that it happens to by accident.
Maybe
Like,
they are too.
I'm so sorry. Did not mean to hit you with those. And I've had some women
I
turn
can't
around and
help
go,
it.
women who get the joke,
Sure.
like it's just funny to them
Yeah.
because
Right.
they're cool chicks.
Mhm.
They'll be like, yeah, do it again, would
Do
you?
it again. Yeah.
Could
Can
you
you hit
come
me
back
with the
through?
left one? You know.
Mhm. Sure.
Anyway, so I just want to tell you,
Fun with-
Texas Health Resource
Fun with boobs.
in is that Burleson, Joshua? Is it
it's
Joshua?
Burleson.
It's Boshua.
It's Burleson city limits.
But that's like the ETJ. Is that already the ETJ
Mhm.
area?
I
Anyway,
think so.
I just want to say kudos to them. They
But if
made
you
it.
live
Boshua.
like right across where Mountain Valley is, and that's Joshua School District.
Okay.
So
yeah. So, I mean, it's in the hospital.
Mhm,
So,
yeah, mhm.
as you know,
Yes.
because that's where all of us women love to go and drink our
Yes.
Manhattans in slow
Yes.
motion, topless.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not
Listen
buying
to
any of
Pour
this.
Sugar on me.
Pour some sugar on me.
hey, we're just trying to get women encouraged. Look, last month was Breast Cancer Awareness
Mhm.
Month, and still got to keep
Mhm.
having that conversation about you got to go get your stuff checked
Mhm.
out. What I love about Texas Health Resource too is I was able to log in. I got an email telling me, "Hey, your chart's been updated,"
Right.
and I was able to log into my chart and look and go, "My boobs are clean.
Mhm. Yep.
They're beautiful." And so,
Yeah.
tits up. I
Tits up.
And
I text my husband and told him
Keep playing.
the girls are good. Tune in Tokyo. We're back on tonight, baby.
so I always say about my yearly, which Dr. Irwin will hear this again. He'll say, are you doing your self-examinations?
Is that what you call it?
My
Yes, I'm
husband
feeling
is.
myself up. Yes, you do that. We talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I always tell him it for 20-something years now. He's heard my husband is.
Yeah. You have to. You gotta have fun. It's like just going to a regular doctor's appointment, and then it's like, okay, well, we're gonna take your temperature. Just bend over and pull your pants down. See
Yeah.
what he does.
That's right.
Hey, hey, good morning, JJ
Nope.
Wagner. Thanks for joining us. He's having Jersey Mike's.
He's having Jersey Mike's.
He's gonna have Jersey
I like
Mike's today
Jersey
on,
Mike's.
on
I
National
love Jersey
Sandwich
Mike's.
Day.
I was
Yeah,
so
I'm
happy
like,
that they came here.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I'm still
love it,
learning
love it.
this.
I know.
New system.
I know.
Mhm.
And Teresa Shirley,
Mhm.
who's from Granbury,
Don't call me Shirley.
she said, "Just coming in, I'm so stressed about being stressed because I don't want to stress about being stressed."
Right.
Exactly. That's my favorite meme. You look stressed. Thanks. It's probably all the stress.
Yeah.
I mean, duh.
Why
Of course
would
I
you
do.
be stressing out?
That's one of my
I don't
favorite.
know.
Yes.
I tell people
That may
all the
not be helping you.
time. Oh, it's
Drinking-
probably not.
Oh, yeah.
Drinking.
I
those-
usually don't, but
Yeah, you kicked the caffeine
I've kicked
for a long
I've kicked a
time.
lot of it, but that I didn't sleep
Sometimes.
very well last
Well,
night.
I mean,
Hey,
sorry.
I'm proud of myself.
But also, like, it'll
You're not
literally
drinking a
take me.
DP.
It'll
I
take me
know.
until about 3 p.m. to even finish that. Like, I don't.
Oh, really? You'll drink that like all day?
Yeah, a little
Ew,
bit.
once it gets hot,
Yeah.
it's like a Dr.
Well, if it gets
Pepper
hot,
and
then I
gets
just
hot.
pour it out. But,
I
yeah.
do not drink those at all.
I
But
I
drink
do.
coffee. So
Yeah.
coffee's my caffeine, or some
Yeah,
iced tea.
it's good to be an addict.
I guess so. Is it? I don't know. I
Addict.
I
I got nothing.
I was just going for the laughter.
There.
Yep.
That's what I was showing him.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
Did he pull that off or what?
He did pull it off.
I
That
know.
was really good.
But the problem,
We're looking at a picture of her son who's dressed up as his dad for Halloween. And I
He's
gotta
like-
say, it's pretty good.
yeah, he's and as a matter of fact, he's wearing dad's shirt, dad's pants, and dad's shoes, and his hat. But of course, when dad wasn't walking with him, when he was walking with his nephew, and he was walking with his brother, they didn't get the joke. So
Oh,
Okay, so can you
So
tell somebody said they
Yeah,
thought he was
so-
making fun of someone?
he gets up there to one, and he's 15. Let him still be a kid, guys. And the guy's like,
Hey, if
aren't you too old to be dressing up? And the guy was dressed up himself.
hi, Pot.
He
My name's
goes-
Kettle.
He goes, I'm 15. And he goes, oh, aren't you too old? I'm thinking,
no.
yeah, he could
why
be
are-
he could be out on the streets doing drugs right now instead of going trick-or-treating with his nephew. I mean, come on, dude.
People are suck.
So
It don't matter.
then-
seriously.
So
like,
then
okay,
he's
Let
like,
them
whatever.
be kid. This is the
Just
this
let
is
him
the
be miserable in
problem.
his life and piss off. I don't care anymore.
Those are some of the problem people in society.
Yep.
We do not need to let our kids force our kids to grow up faster. they've already lost a
Right.
lot of their
Force anyone
childhood
to.
with stupid
Right.
technology.
I don't
So
care if you're 30 and you're
and
walking.
here's
Who
the thing.
cares? Just,
Shoot, I
just
dressed
done
up
with
3
it.
times this Halloween, and
give
that's
me
normal,
candy or
yeah.
don't give me candy.
Right.
I think
and
they're-
he didn't. The
Tune
guy
in
did not
Tokyo.
give him candy.
They're just upset because I make a
So-
hot Wonder Woman.
So he's sitting there, and then
You do.
so my older son videoed because just Dalton was leaning kind of like his dad, and of course he had his fake gun on him and his phone in his pocket and this and so he was supposed to be a dad. That's what he was being. He was just being a dad. Well, apparently, I guess the gun made the guy think he was being either because then he started doing this. He's like, "Tell me the 3 branches of government for you to get your candy." And then Dalton's like, "Are you kidding me?" And then Ryder, because he's in 5th grade and he's learning it right now, goes "Duh, duh, 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 duh," and just spits it out.
Okay, we got the super rich, the
know,
asshole rich,
I
and
know.
the
And then he
criminal
goes,
rich.
well-
There's your 3 branches.
And then so we were trying to figure out if this guy was a liberal or conservative, because then he goes,
I think he's just an asshole.
he goes, "Who's the president?" And Dalton's like, "Mom, I didn't know really how to answer that because,
Yeah.
we can
Oh,
get
I
into a huge topic about who we really believe is the president." And so he said, he goes, "Biden," and he goes, "Nope, wrong answer." And I was like,
No, actually,
I
it is
said
the
you-
right answer. I don't care what side of the fence you're on.
I was like,
It's still incorrect.
well, you could have said, "Well, it depends on what side you are on, and you think who isn't still in power."
But again,
And so-
go back to the whole point of
But
like
the guy was like, "We're trying to figure out if the guy, what was the guy trying to prove with my son?"
It's
he
small
gave
penis
my-
syndrome. I'm
he
telling
gave
you.
he gave my grandson the candy, and
Mm-hmm.
my son walked away with no candy. So kudos to you, Mr. Oak Valley guy, and I do know who you are,
It's
by the
like,
way.
Well, you're not 15 and you dressed
And
up like an asshole.
you were dressed,
so-
and he was just being a
you do know
dad.
who you like actually knew who he was?
My older son was videoing because
What's his
Dalton
address?
was leaning against
Uh-huh.
the pole just like his dad. And so I have a video of the guy. I know exactly what his house looks like and everything.
Oh no, I thought you meant like you knew.
No, I don't know who it is. I already called him up and said, "What the hell?"
Oh, I want to show up.
So, I don't think I
Dressed up
haven't
as a
thought
French
about
maid.
knocking on the door going,
Housekeeping,
"Trick or treat."
Oh my gosh.
you want
So-
pillow?
I don't know if he was trying to be funny or not, but he still,
Well, he
my son
wasn't.
kind of walked away
I don't think
a
he was
little like, "Mom." He
but
was,
some people aren't funny.
I'm
That's
like,
true.
I mean, seriously, there are just some people who try.
I mean, my son was nice to him even when he left, because you can hear it on the video. Go, "You have a good day."
Mm.
Yeah.
My son was nice
like a
to
good
him.
dad.
Yeah, like a good dad.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Because I wouldn't have said that at all.
I know. I would have said, "Go
Well,
yourself."
But you raised a good boy.
Yes,
and,
I did.
And he remained respectful, even in a situation where you
You
just
can
got
defend yourself and
someone
still
being
be a good
jerk.
boy.
Sure, you can.
And
you can.
I know. I'll give you a minute to
I know. I
contemplate
am.
that.
I
Since
have to
Tiffany
say,
and I are
I'm
the
very,
queen and
very
king
proud
of
of
that.
myself. I'm very
We're the
proud
king
of
and queen
myself.
of that, I think, aren't we? Actually,
I have to seriously digest the fact that you just said it's okay to defend yourself.
that's why I said it to you. 'Cause-
Well, it was that I think it was that one meme
Oh,
that I
geez.
shared. Oh shit!
What
What
did
did it say? I
it's so
called
good she forgot it.
because it's the bitch one. I call myself a.
I am a bitch.
I'm sorry for defending myself.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
or being
yeah.
a-
How dare I?
no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being a bitch. How dare I defend myself or something like
Exactly.
that? You know. But yeah.
Well,
I don't know. I don't get it.
I hate to lose all the fun.
it's okay
I'm leaving.
because
You got to go take care of your vajuju.
It's
we understand that you have your annual as well, but it's not your boobs. It's
and it's
you
not,
actually will be
it's
pantless.
not anal. It's anal.
It's not
You're
anal
gonna
or
be-
boobs. It's the vajuju.
You're going to be pantless in a little bit,
Yes.
and you will be naked from the waist
Mhm.
down,
Yes, I
like you're
will.
supposed to be.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
so
have
don't
fun with
fart.
that.
So anyone wants to imagine that, you can.
So don't fart. That's what she said.
I've been
We
to
wish
him
you
for
the
20
best.
years. He has seen me for many years of being a tight 20-year-old to a
Could have done
almost-
without that.
almost 50-year-old. Hey, laughter
Wow.
and wellness, it all
Still-
goes together.
All right.
Well,
So,
I was going to go
okay.
somewhere, but
I'll see you
I'm
tomorrow.
gonna reel
Love y'all.
myself back in just a little bit there.
She was
for a
about to
minute.
say something like, "So you're not."
Yes. You know what I
because I think like you sick.
Wait, I might still be tight.
That's actually where I was going. I was like, wait a minute,
so
you're not?
All right, what's his number? I'm going to call him.
The doctor or
her
husband?
I don't want the doctor to.
God, he's sweating.
Would you pee on the chair? God, we got to get a litter box for the studio. It's ridiculous.
She's laughing so hard she's going to start crying out there.
Awesome. Walk in crying. That's a... What? Open? Oh. She didn't flash us.
Oh, okay. So, speaking of this being Wellness Wednesday, one of the things you and I talked about on the phone when I said, hey, you should join us, is because laughter is still the best medicine for anything.
Yeah.
And it decreases stress hormones and increases immune cells, believe it or not, and infection-fighting antibodies, thus improving your resistance to disease. Laughter triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. Endorphins promote an overall sense of well-being and can even temporarily relieve pain. So they literally say, like, get up every morning and do the...
Why are you looking at me like that? I am completely creeping out.
Laugh at yourself in the mirror.
Oh, I do that.
They say that. They
I
say,
get out of the shower and I see what I got.
Like, no matter what... So stop it. Whatever... whatever stress you had going on in the morning, if you had, were, wrestling with kids or having to argue with kids to get up out of bed, and just all that stress that happens in the morning sometimes, or even, you didn't get great sleep, or maybe you had bad dreams. Like I was actually talking in my sleep 2 nights ago, my husband said, and I had been dreaming about some shit going on. That's like really going on.
Oh, okay. I got you.
And I was like, stop it. Really? I said that out loud. And I was like adamant in my dream, like defending myself.
Scary.
Crazy.
It's scary.
Crazy.
What's going on in there.
Even some of the stuff we actually dream about in the subconscious is like, I can't believe I dreamt about that. That is like the weirdest thing ever. Why would I dream about that? Why would that be my subconscious?
I know it's bad when I won't tell my therapist about it.
I know it's bad if I won't tell my husband about it. And I had last week, I don't know what was going on, but I had some of the weirdest dreams I've ever had in my life. Like
LSD?
No, but you would have thought that, because it was that
I can't afford LSD.
There was one I had a couple months ago where I had like a big hematoma on the back of my head.
Okay.
And we didn't know what caused it. And then all of a sudden, it's so gross. Like I can still visualize
the hell is wrong with you?
I had like an alien, like the hematoma split open on the back of my head and an alien crawled out of it.
I think it's very important that you change wines.
I think that might not have been a wine night, actually.
I'm just glad the alien was coming out of the back of your head, because there's so many options for an alien to pop out of.
It was gross. Like, it was one of those dreams that, like, I woke up seriously grossed out.
Well, after all this talk today, what are you going to dream about?
I went to pop it. That's in the dream. I went to pop it like it was a big pimple. It's coming back to me now, because I remember telling my husband about this while I was in the shower, or he was in the shower. I don't know, when I was getting ready. And I was like, and I went to squeeze it, and then it opened up and something alive crawled out of the back of my head. And I was like, why would I dream that?
It was Carrot Top.
No,
I'm just kidding.
It was like, it was gross. It was gross, but it was.
That's weird.
And then, of course, now I had a deflated hematoma with a big opening in the back of my head. And I believe I woke up at that point to where something.
Are your dreams like lucid? Are they very real?
Extremely.
Yeah, see, mine are too.
Yeah.
And so this was a couple weeks ago. I had a dream that something had happened, and I got in an altercation. I got in a fight with this guy, and I went to take him and throw him on the ground, and I literally threw myself off the bed and woke up Carla. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I was on the ground going, "Yeah, I'm fine."
I can't say that I have.
I have a lot of times where I would dream something like that, and I'll wake up in another room or something.
Todd's told me. Now, what I have done is I've laughed in my sleep.
Oh yeah,
like no, hardcore.
Oh, like
yeah.
You don't remember why?
No, I do know why.
Oh, okay.
Now, the very first time it happened to me, this was years ago. I was 17 or 18.
Mm-hmm.
And I had slept at my boyfriend's house in his sister's room. which was across from the parents, and we long time dating,
Sure.
the 3 years or something like that, and so we're Saturday morning, we're downstairs and we're eating breakfast, and they're oddly quiet, and they're just kind of eating and kind of looking at me. And I'm like, "What's going on?
What did I
What's
do?
up?" And they're like, "Were you on the phone late last night?" I'm like, "No." "Were you watching something?" I was like, "No, I, came in,
Crashed.
closed the door, and went to bed." And I'm like, "Why? What is up?" So apparently I was laughing hysterically in my sleep.
That's awesome.
So loud that I woke them up. And so
Wow.
then they go in to tell the whole story about how, Mr. G would get up and he'd get up and put his pants on in the morning, and all the change would fall out of his pockets onto the hardwood floor and wake her up. And
Right.
she was like, "I swear he always did it on purpose," it just went into this whole conversation. So about this probably 3 years ago was the first time it happened again. Well, that we're aware of.
Right.
But I woke Todd up hysterically laughing in my sleep to a point to where I was doing the
where you can't
breathe. I'm
That's
laughing.
the best.
I'm laughing that hard in my sleep, and he goes, "What?" And he's laughing now, and he's
Sure,
like,
of course.
What are you doing?" And I couldn't stop. I
Right.
got up, went to the bathroom, went to the bath, peed,
Right,
and I'm
sure.
still. And he goes, "Do you even know what you're laughing?" And I was trying to tell him what I was seeing
Right.
in my dream that was making me laugh. And so I start laughing again, and I cannot stop laughing. I probably laughed for about 45 minutes straight. I was crying, and my gut hurt, and so I was trying to explain to him what it was that I was seeing. So I was on stage performing, and the people in the audience, and it's so stupid. It's going to sound so ridiculously dumb, but there was just something about it that it tickled me so bad.
Just triggered you.
So the front audience, the front row, their faces they're laughing, but their like mouths were like stretching out and just doing weird things. And it was just something about that whole look that made me, I don't know, it just made me laugh.
Wow.
And then it's happened again too. I don't remember what Todd might remember what the other story was that made me laugh too, but it just,
that is weird. I've never fully laughed out in my sleep.
I
did dream I was climbing a mountain and I woke up in the
mushrooms. No, I do not take mushroom. I have never taken any drug that makes you hallucinate. I'll just say it like that. I guess that's the best way.
I have, but it was prescription and legal. But
no, I've never have.
Some
yeah, no, it wasn't shrooms.
Pretty good.
So I have no idea.
Yeah,
I have no clue. But
no.
I'll take laughter over a nightmare.
A lot of mornings, that's what I listen to in the morning. Is I usually listen to stand up because I don't know if you heard the very beginning of this, but
I didn't. I was on the phone. Sorry.
One of my all-time lifetime goals is I really want to do amateur stand-up. I want to try to do stand-up comedy, and a lot of people are like, I don't understand. You've played in front of crowds of 10,000 people. I was like, but I had an instrument to hide behind or a song to hide behind. Stand-up comedy to me is the most vulnerable art form because it's you and a microphone.
Yeah,
and it's a bunch of people go, and so that's the battle that I'm battling now is getting that. But a lot of times I listen to stand up in the morning, and that's why, because endorphins are. Anytime you got to always choose endorphins over dopamine.
Oh my gosh, definitely.
So, and the problem is people don't realize that the feeling is the same, but one is endorphins as opposed to dopamine, which is the addictive chemical,
right?
And things like that. So, and I had this battle with Carla. I'm going to lose it, but every morning the first thing she does is get her phone and flip through, and it drives me crazy. I'm like, you got to quit doing that.
Now I don't flip through it,
but it's just kind of.
I'll grab.
I just don't think it should be the first thing you do in the morning.
No. I grab. I'll look for weather, and that's it.
I try not to even sleep with a cell phone in the same room.
It's been really great, but the past 6 months, if not more, I've really gotten out of the habit of doing that too.
That's good. It's so much,
I mean, Calm app, highly recommend the Calm app, especially if you're stressed out. That is one of the best things ever. And again, if you weren't listening earlier, get up and just laugh at yourself in the mirror for a minute, because you naturally start to laugh.
Yep.
And if you don't, there's something wrong with you.
Just picture a really tall, fat Chinese guy with red hair. You
tall, fat Chinese guy with red hair.
It'll make you laugh every time.
Tall, fat Chinese guy with
You
red
never
hair.
see that.
Sumo wrestlers kind
It's
of
George Carlin. Yeah. But they don't have red hair.
I don't think I remember George Carlin saying that.
Yeah, he's talking about things you never see. It's like you never see a wheelchair with a roll bar.
True.
Never see a really tall, fat Chinese guy with red hair. You never see someone taking a shit while running at full speed.
Well,
now
I
not
don't
naked.
know about that. Not naked, but pants on.
And there's some others that I won't repeat because it's George Carlin.
Okay, so next to laughter, and they coincide with each other, but we've all heard the idiom, music is good for the soul, but according to the evidence, it's good for your health as well. Study after study has found that music therapy has a positive effect on a broad range of physical and psychological conditions, including dementia. So,
which means get it back in our schools and teach people the history of it.
Oh, seriously. Anxiety, dementia, anxiety, depression, and cancer. Yeah. Music class is not what it was.
No, it's not.
And should be. And so they're just getting.
It's an appreciation thing that's
it's the same thing about books.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
My mom was an antiquarian book dealer. She was not just a collector, but one of the biggest dealers in the country.
Right.
And so I have a ton of out of print books and ephemera paper and that type of stuff. And let me tell you, kids need to touch, feel, and read how people used to write.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the history is. It's not on the internet, because anything you put out on the internet can be altered.
Well, it can be altered, and it's instant gratification information.
Yeah, versus having to go
and
look
it's
it up.
Not even accurate. So
Straight up. Speaking of music therapy, James G Music is here in town.
Yep.
Lessons,
and the studio's
time.
doing well. Looking for a new location, probably, but
we got that handled, I thought.
We did. That's why I was going to talk to you
about it. So I'm so glad you joined me. Will you come back again?
Yeah, of course.
And I know you got. By the way, James is on every Monday, 9 a.m. Central Time.
James G
completely
unsupervised. Yeah, me, Philip Law, and Mike Beardsley. It's a great crew.
It is.
Yeah, it's a good crew.
All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow morning for JoCo Vibes. Have an amazing day. Be kind. Dancing to a Texas song.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, JoCo Community Radio.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Celebrating in Virginia. Backers of Republican Glenn Youngkin cheering their man's victory over Democrat Terry McAuliffe in the Virginia governor's race. Youngkin vowing to change the trajectory of the Commonwealth.
We are going to start that transformation on day one.
The next Virginia Attorney General and the Lieutenant Governor, also Republicans. In a setback for the Defund the Police movement, Minneapolis residents rejecting a ballot measure would have overhauled the city's police department.
The ballot question failed, with 57% of Minneapolis voters voting against it. Question 2 would have dissolved Minneapolis's current police department by revising the city's charter to establish a new Department of Public Safety. The new entity would have employed a, quote, comprehensive public health approach to safety, replacing the city's police chief with a commissioner nominated by the mayor and appointed by the Minneapolis City Council. Police officers themselves would not have been completely done away with, but non-police first responders would be introduced to deal with substance abuse emergencies, mental health crises, and other nonviolent situations. Bernie Bennett reporting.
No winner yet in the New Jersey governor's race. Too close to call. The vote count goes on. John Deere workers rejecting a contract offer that, among other things, included a 10% pay hike.
The vote